Hey, Doug. Thanks for dialing in.
My pleasure. I was seeing that there's the pre-show call, and I was kind of, or pre-call, whatever, and I was kind of wondering, is there anyone who you just talked to, and how should I put it? I know that you've been always pretty mild-mannered when I've seen you. Was there anyone who just managed to either infuriate you or get you to the point where you had to walk away just to keep your cool?
Well, I'm usually able to maintain my cool with most people while I'm there with them. Now, when I first started off, like maybe the street preachers in front of the Alamo, they really knew how to push my buttons. But I was learning street epistemology, and I was just going out for the first time. But these days, no, I can usually maintain my cool even when I encounter a really confident believer and they're arrogant and they're just going on about how they just know that it's true, and or a precept might kind of push my buttons. But I'm usually able to keep my cool while I'm talking with them. But then afterwards, if I'm live streaming, maybe, or if they walk away, I might just verbally vent out loud, like, I can't believe people still think like that. This is the problem with this country, and that type of thing. But I try to wait until after the fact. Recent examples might be the guy who I met on the trail who believed that marijuana should not be legalized. He was just a very aggressive right-winger. And he wasn't even willing to entertain ideas. So I have a short version of that video and a long version of the video. And in the long version, I turn the camera on myself and I vent a little bit. So yeah, there are some people that push my buttons, but I try to remind myself that blowing up at them is not going to help things.
Yeah. So kind of a cleansing breath type of thing then.
Yeah, I basically like to just vent after they're gone and not take it home with me. Like, I don't want to take that out on my dog or my kids or my wife. Like, I'll try to leave that in the field if I can. But I try to remind myself that these people are forming these beliefs because they weren't given good tools growing up. So they're victims of a faulty methodology. They're victims of a faulty epistemology. So when I remind myself of that, it helps me stay more focused and stay more calm. The other thing that helps is knowing that people are likely watching what I'm doing. So like when I go on later with Tracy, and if there's a very aggressive caller, knowing that thousands of people will be watching and looking to us as, for guidance and like, how should I behave when I'm in that situation? That itself helps me stay calm.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, that might be one thing you want to try is like, if you start feeling like you're getting riled up, just end the talk, or how you would behave if 30 people were watching you right now. And that might help you stay a little more calm.
It would definitely work with that. I am not in a position like that, but there are times when I will say that when someone walks out, I will literally wander into the back and, okay, cleansing breath. Now, where do I go from here?
Yeah, exactly.
Another question, just because it sounds kind of like you might have done something with this, maybe not. Have you ever seen that book by Bob Altmeyer called The Authoritarians? The one that he put up for free because he thought that the psychological research that came out of it, why authoritarians think the way they do, was so important?
No, I haven't. That sounds interesting, though.
It is a short read, and wow.
Really?
He wrote it back in 2006, and the scariest thing is he's writing in 2006. You read it, you think he could have written it either last year or this year.
Cool. Do you follow me on Twitter by any chance, or social media?
I do. Actually, I followed a number of your videos.
Okay, because I'm thinking if you tweet me the title of that, then
Bingo.
I'm more than likely going to listen to it.
It's much easier when you just have something to look back to. Okay.
Kind of nice, yeah. Yeah. This is going to be a whirlwind day, and I think I've even already forgotten the title. So if you could tweet it at me, preferably with a link, and then I can retweet it and then go check it out later.
With pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for calling. Really glad to have you here.
My pleasure. Looking forward to a great show.
Me too. Thanks.